It's 10:30 in the morning, Sam.
It is 10:30 in the morning, Chris.
Why are we up this early?
Well, it's something called views.
You're not wrong, but I prefer sleep personally. You know.
No. Hey, look, when we decided we were going to record this yesterday, you said you would be up at 7:30,
I was up at 7:30.
but you fell asleep again.
Doesn't mean I'm not allowed to go back to sleep again, though.
You see, this is where you're going wrong.
You said you'd be up at 9. You messaged me just before 10. Anyway.
I was up at 7:30 this morning. I was just having some breakfast, man.
Damn it! Why didn't you let me know? I noticed you were on Facebook actually, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
But anyway, after that small bit of banter, welcome to, for the first time ever, the fully recorded Global Trophy preliminaries. Yes, we have our qualifiers, which you can qualify for the finals, and then we have the preliminaries, which can be bloody annoying because I've only just woken up. But anyway, the preliminaries, you qualify for the qualifiers.
Yeah, essentially this is so you know how you sort of have say the FA Cup, you have round one to the final. There are actually some rounds before round one to actually get into round one. This is essentially this stage.
Yes, it's the FA Trophy teams.
Yes.
They have turned up for this. So
essentially that is literally what we've got.
Yep. And this actually be very good for the next, what would be 4 weeks? For the next 4 weeks, you guys will not be seeing some great non-content content, but also a brief geography lesson, because I guarantee that some of you will not know that some of these countries actually exist.
I know for sure that I don't.
I'm good, but then again, I'm a geography buff, so there you go. One of my favourite things when I was a teenager. It's probably why I started doing this, actually, back in 2005.
Yeah, sounds about right. I mean, geography is pretty cool.
Indeed, it is.
I wish I'd taken geography at school.
I did. I got an F. But anyway, stop it, phone. Anyway, welcome to the Global Trophy Preliminaries 2019. We are cheating again. We are recording this in September.
Look, with these sort of things, you have to record it in advance. It just takes a lot of time to do.
Yeah, especially if we're recording it in glorious HD, it's going to take a long time to upload onto YouTube.
Yes.
So, anyway, especially with my non-fiber optic broadband. Anyway, so, it's time for our first qualifiers, or our first preliminaries, I should say. The European preliminaries. Now, something we've added in for this series. England's not going to be the dud team.
No, it's not.
Because it's coming home.
Hurrah.
Yeah. The second thing we've added in is we've added in some new teams. So there are some teams that are not in this actual game, because they were either part of different nations, or they didn't have a football team by then. Or if they did, they weren't recognised by FIFA.
Basically, it's as separate nations that some people haven't got, because obviously at this stage in history, Yugoslavia was still a country, and it hadn't separated into Serbia and Montenegro and so on and so forth. Yep. Spoilers: Montenegro is one of those teams.
Yeah, and then there's other teams like South Sudan didn't exist at this point. It was just Sudan.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, we were going back like a lot earlier. If they had maybe video games in sort of like the 70s that were decent to nowadays standards.
Yeah.
Sorry, E.T., I love you. But that was rubbish. But
it was bad.
Yeah, they'd have things like West and East Germany in it, etc. Even though it's just Germany now. Anyway, so we have added in some new teams now. They're not actually going to be in this game, so they're going to be represented by another team. The team that is the next spot lower than them in the FIFA rankings.
Correct.
So we could get some amazing combinations where a team could get a really good team. But that is sort of a congratulations for how well they've done in the FIFA rankings.
Yeah, essentially.
And some have got some really good teams. I think I can say so myself. Some have not got that good.
Yeah, but these are the risks you run.
Indeed. So, It's time for the preliminaries. So we have 16 teams, one dud team. The dud team will be the lowest ranked team out of those 16 on the FIFA rankings. And the top 8 qualify. But you don't want to be eighth.
Because that makes you the dud team for the actual qualifiers coming up. So if you finish 8th of this league, you are in a bit of trouble.
Well, you're in loads of trouble. You're not going through.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You get knocked out in the first round. You're giving an opposing team a chance to go through. So there we go. Anyway, it's time to introduce our dud team for this tournament, who shall be the Faroe Islands.
Beautiful country. I've always wanted to visit there.
Has it got loads of pharaohs in it?
No, that's Egypt.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought the spelling was wrong.
Yeah.
We're probably going to be making wisecracks to a lot of them because honestly we don't know too much about them.
I honestly don't. I know Faroe Islands flag looks like a Scandinavian flag.
Oh yeah. It's sort of like Iceland, but
negative.
in negatives, yeah.
Yeah, literally that.
Our next team, which is probably one of our good friend Anson932's favourite countries, for one specific reason, which is Cyprus.
I like Cyprus.
You like Cyprus as well?
I do. I've been on holiday to Cyprus 3 times, I think.
Nice.
I know Anderson went on his honeymoon there, didn't he?
No, he went to Spain.
Oh, was it Spain? Okay.
No, I'm talking about Cerberus, mate.
Oh, Cerberus.
Robot Wars talk. We're on the right channel for it, at least, so there you go.
Yeah, this is very true. This is very true.
Next up is the team that used to be a dominant force back in, like, the bloody 60s. But they're not anymore. Luxembourg.
Luxembourg were a dominant force?
They were pretty decent. So
I know,
I think it was about the 60s and 70s or whatever. Luxembourg were always doing pretty decently and actually made it to World Cups.
Huh. How about that?
Yeah. Not so much now, but as you can plainly tell, they are behind Belarus, so there you go.
Yeah, they kind of have... In fairness, Luxembourg is a very small country, so...
True. But they used to do pretty well. They used to do amazingly well. Yeah, but then, speaking of Belarus, we have Belarus.
Belarus.
Called Belarus.
Yeah.
Then we have the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia.
I've only ever heard of one player that's ever played for Macedonia, and that is Goran Pandev.
Oh, right, yeah.
He used to play for Lazio, I think.
I just like their flag, to be honest.
Oh, it's the red and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's real nice, right?
Yeah, in sort of like the Takeshi's Castle sort of style.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Alright, next team. I'm sure we've got a lot to say about this team, because I'm shocked they're actually that's this far down, which is Finland. The Scandinavian country that is not in Scandinavia. There we go. Geography knowledge.
I mean, they also have, I believe they have the highest F1 World Champion to populace ratio ever.
Nice.
Because Finland have 3 Formula 1 World Champions, Keke Rosberg, Mika Hakkinen, and Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah.
But they've got a really tiny population, so per head they have the highest proportion. Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
See, if Switzerland was small, they could have one champion in Lewis Hamilton. So there we go.
He doesn't live there. He lives in Monaco.
Well, he used to live in Switzerland, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Either way.
Ah, well, they lost their only world champion. Now Monaco's got it instead. Monaco were also one of the teams that could have been in this, but they didn't make it. They're not as good.
I like Monaco.
I know. Yeah, it's a shame. Just so you could, like, sort of go down your F1 references.
Shh.
They know already. You've already done a few.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right. Next up is Albania.
I don't know much about Albania.
Top Gear killed a man there once.
They did. That's about it.
And they tried to get him into the... I miss old Top Gear, man.
Me too.
So I haven't got Amazon Prime, so I can't watch the first 3 series of The Grand Tour by the
There's
DVDs.
There's only 2 seasons.
Oh, they're making a 3rd.
Yes.
At this point, so yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to do it for the future. They may have brought it out by now.
They might. Well, by this point,
who knows?
We'll see.
All right. Next up, it is Slovenia.
Slovenia. I mean, yeah. There you go.
Slovakia with 2 different letters.
Yep, pretty much. I don't know much about Slovenia.
To be honest, that's what these are here for. You know, it's just we're gonna struggle. Probably on a lot of
These are the spooge teams.
the spooge. I'm not changing it to the spooge qualifiers.
The spooge
Why have you got
qualifiers.
the spooge?
Sponsored by Wrigley's Extra.
No, we fine, yeah, we're sponsored by them again. Why not? I'm not going to put the graphic on because
no. You have to put the graphic on. Only for this one. Only for this one.
Fine, just for this one, but for the rest of the series, you know who we're sponsored by. It's Wrigley's Bubblemint Chewing Gum, and they're awesome. There we go.
Oh dear.
Good old nostalgia. Do you remember how long that was ago? Jeez, we thought England was going to do rubbish at the World Cup.
Well, they did. They lost to Croatia.
Croatia, a good team. They got Modric.
I know, I'm joking. They did great. England did great.
Just watch the Scots, the Welsh, and the Irish just go, but in their native tongue, obviously. Anyway,
Yeah, of course.
it's time for Norway next up. We've got things to say about Norway, surely.
They had that player who used to.
Thank you, Sam. Right.
No. Like they had a player. What was his name? Martin Odegaard. He played for
Oh yeah.
Played for Real Madrid. Obviously, I think he's still contracted to Real Madrid. However.
Oh yeah, wasn't he the the football manager god?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, and he was 15 years old. He was incredible. However, he's not really done anything since. But I only realised the other day he's still like 19. I was like, oh, damn.
It's like, hang on a minute, he's still got years to go yet. Yeah, it's yeah, I do remember actually Odegaard. If I ever was to ever like sort of manage a Premier League club in Football Manager, I think it would have been about 4 years ago actually when he was only 15. I always signed him first.
That's it, man.
It was like in old FIFA games where the bronze team player that you would pick would always be Ben Garrett of Crew.
Yeah, man. Ben Garrett was the guy.
Bronze legend.
Yeah, man.
Not so much now. I mean, he's...
punched my microphone in the face. Sorry.
What?
I just punched my microphone. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. You know, I did that before he turned up here. You know.
You did.
Just because it was being staticky. Anyway, a team with a lot of history of famine. It's Hungary.
Hungary used to be a legit good team.
Yeah.
Like legit good. They used to be like semi-finalists in the past as well. So
yeah, and they've slipped. Either that or just teams have gotten better.
I think they've just kind of
they've waned a bit, really, haven't they?
yeah,
Hungary?
they've struggled with.
Didn't Puskas used to play for Hungary?
Yeah, Puskas. Yeah.
Yeah, and Puskas is like one of the best players of all time. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, it's now time for a team that actually used to be a giant in this tournament instead, which is Bulgaria. How low they've gone.
Yeah, Bulgaria. They don't really have any big players anymore. I don't think. I mean, I'm trying to think of.
Well, their last big player was Berbatov, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dimitar Berbatov and the 2 Petrovs. There was Martin
yeah.
Petrov and Stilian Petrov.
Mm.
Obviously, he was, I'm very familiar with because obviously he was an Aston Villa player.
Nice. Yeah, but also former 3rd place in a global trophy once with Bulgaria. And how far they've slipped here.
Yeah, Bulgaria, they're a decent enough side. It's just they're gonna struggle to win the whole thing. But you know, I expect them to qualify out of this group.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see what else we've got. Next we have Czech Republic, also very low.
Yeah, they are quite low. Considering they've previously won the European segment as well. In fact, they've won it as recently as 2017.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
It wasn't until their 2018 where they didn't make it to the quarterfinals, and that's what's done it for Czech Republic. They have to go on their FIFA rankings, and their team's not doing very good.
No, they've
sorry,
kind of slipped off the boil. Considering they had like players like Petr Cech and
yeah,
players along that caliber. Pavel Nedved.
Oh,
of course.
Nedved, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've fallen right off the radar. Could this be their chance to come back? Maybe. They'll probably be fighting it.
I dare say they're probably going to qualify.
Yeah, I think so.
But we'll see. But
They
we'll see.
should do. Next up, we have Greece.
European champions.
Yep.
Do you remember when that happened? That was amazing.
That was our Portugal moment.
Yeah, literally 2004 when Greece won Euro 2004. That was incredible, and they beat the host nation, which at the time were Portugal. It was an amazing moment.
Or for everyone who's like younger than we are and can't remember that, the Global Trophy 2018 where Portugal won.
Ah, dear me.
There we go. Anyway, now next up, and they're actually pretty high on this list, and it is the debut of Montenegro.
Yeah, so with Montenegro, obviously, as we've said before, they weren't a nation at this point. Not Montenegro, I don't think, at least.
They were combined with Serbia at this point, and at that point
still...
they were Yugoslavia, so yeah.
So, Montenegro is being... I'm sure Chris has put some fancy editing in here to disguise the fact that they were actually using another team to use it as Montenegro.
I don't think I'll need to, because for Serbia, I've always used Yugoslavia anyway, so...
Yeah. However...
Just remember, for future reference.
Yeah. However, in this segment, Montenegro have been blessed. Montenegro have been very, very blessed. Chris, who is representing Montenegro?
Well, Montenegro are being represented by the team that is one FIFA rank lower than them.
Yep.
Sadly, Greece are also in this.
Yep.
So, it goes to 2 ranks lower, which is the undefeated, unbeaten champions of the qualifiers, king of the qualifiers, Australia. What a draw for Montenegro.
I mean, are we very surprised if this Australian side doesn't make it up into the actual qualifiers themselves, and then I'll be very, very surprised if they didn't qualify for the actual global trophy itself. Which, if they do, there's a real chance that Montenegro might have to have a bit of a rethink.
Yeah, well, it would probably be if they do in Australia. Well, Australia will. We should, unless something goes terribly wrong and their legendary at this point winning streak is capped. After how many, like, over 50 games?
Yeah.
Over 50 games unbeaten in qualifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless that happens, then yeah, we'd have to have a rethink. And it'll probably be the team lower than Montenegro, then after that aren't in the finals. So we'll just change it and they'll be represented by someone else. If we have to go to that.
Yes. Yeah, it might mean that, or better yet, we could have that team as the dud team. Something like that.
Yeah, true. Well,
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for that. As I said, it's just a preliminaries, we got more than enough time to think about it. Anyway, next. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. More salt and sodium than a salt mine, Scotland.
Oh dear.
Sorry, the amount of Scots that I saw on that Have Your Say thing whenever England played was bollocks. And it's just like, you weren't in the cup. Damn it, we support Andy Murray when he plays tennis, even though tennis is pissing boring. But, football's what it's all about. But, you can't be asked to support our team because your team couldn't make it. Because both of your top team's managers used to be at Liverpool. There we go.
Yes. They did.
Scotland. Right, next up is Bosnia-Herzegovina. Or just Bosnia, I guess, at this point.
Bosnia-Herzegovina has a really a good couple of players in their side. They've obviously got Edin Dzeko these days, and they've also got Miralem Pjanic.
Oh, yeah.
However, obviously, at this period in history, they do not.
They had Sivic, Belcic. I don't know who they had. Could have been those though. Might have been. Doesn't matter. I don't have any subscribers from Bosnia, so it's fine. Got a few from Scotland though, so they might be a bit annoyed about that. If they don't like this, they're gonna hate Nut Wars this year. Right.
Oh, poor Nut Wars.
They're gonna hate Nut Wars this year. Right, Faroe Islands, the dud team. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
How far are we into this already? Already 20 odd minutes. Jesus.
This is what people watch for. They don't watch for the football. They watch for us. Obviously. Obviously.
Of course. You keep thinking that. Jeez.
Yeah.
I think YouTube got tired of me about 5 years ago. So personally.
5 years ago. That's being generous.
No, about 9. Anyway, the moment I turned up, like over 11 years ago, we're sick of you now. Go away. We don't need your slideshows with Meatloaf in him. Bugger off. Alright, so, with that out of the way, it's time for the 16-team league here. The top 8 qualified, well, the top 7 definitely qualify, and the 8th team is the dud team. It's the first preliminaries.
One leg, though. Interesting. So, obviously, in the Champion of Champions, the leagues had 2 legs. This is only 1.
Yeah, well, there were less teams in the Champion of Champions, so...
Yeah.
So with this, it's 15 matches for each team. 15 losses for the Faroe Islands.
Oh, the poor Faroe Islands.
It's not coming home for them.
It's really not.
It's not. Right, so, our first match is Albania versus Belarus.
I'm probably going to say a Belarus win here.
Yep, both teams are in the bottom 8 of the FIFA rankings for this one, so it's interesting to see how they do. It is a win for Belarus, 2-1.
Fair play to them.
Good
Good
start.
result.
Next up is Bulgaria versus Cyprus. Cyprus, the lowest ranked team that's not a dud team in this preliminary, versus Bulgaria, who are the 6th highest ranked team.
I'm going to go with a solid Bulgaria.
It's a 2-0 Bulgaria. It's close enough.
Oh, okay.
And then next is Czech Republic versus the Faroe Islands. That's 3 points immediately for Czech Republic and a 3-0 win under the belt for the group. So this works pretty well because then everyone gets a chance. Everyone pretty much gets an extra 3 points and an extra 3 goals scored. So yeah, it works better for everyone else in the end if we just lose a team. So pretty much it's a 15-team league. Just minus 3 points and 3 goals for each team. And there you go. Legitimate.
Right.
Yay.
Yes.
God, I just saw like a player with the oddest first few letters in their name. Like it was like V-Y-N-H.
Huh. That's
Yeah, there he is. Yeah. Veenhal.
Oh dear, that's a...
L. Veenhal of Czech Republic, apparently.
I've never heard of him, I'll be honest.
Veenhal. Mr. Veenhal, if you're out there.
Comment below.
Comment below. Sam's YouTube account, SamElliott64. Go and...
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for getting me banned.
What, for you just saying that you've never heard of someone?
Yeah.
No, people do get triggered a lot recently. That's fair enough. Right. Anyway, our next match is between Greece and Finland.
Probably gonna say a Greek win here.
It is a Greek win, 3-0. Next up, the 2 former giants, Luxembourg and Hungary.
Hungary for me.
It is Hungary, 2-0. You're doing good at this so far. I think you haven't got one wrong yet.
Mate, my guessing is on point.
Yeah, even for a game that came out like 16 years ago.
Yes.
Well done. All right, Macedonia versus Norway.
I'm gonna go for Norway.
It's a Macedonia win.
Ah, there you go. You jinxed me.
Ah, I know. It's all a part of my scheme. You got 4 in, so well done. Anyway, next up, it's Slovenia versus definitely Montenegro.
Yeah, it's Montenegro.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
No, this is gonna be horrible now.
Yes, he's got to run it in.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
It's okay. Okay, we'll change. Okay, we'll just name it like a combination of the two. Well, it's Austrian. Actually, that's not a good idea.
No, Montenegro.
Monteralia.
Monteralia.
Who have lost to Slovenia. That's not a good start.
Oh, great banter. They've lost. They've lost. It happened.
They've lost in every global trophy. They never won one.
That's true. That's true.
And they lost to the champions. Right. Speaking of, well, no. I think we've taken the piss out of the Scots enough. So let's see how they do against Bosnia and Herzegovina. I hope they win.
I hope Scotland win.
They actually did 3-1.
Fair play.
Good result for Scotland. That was between the two highest ranked teams, by the way, Scotland and Bosnia-Herzegovina. Scotland could make it through here. To be honest, England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and the Republic of Ireland have already qualified. So,
it's just Scotland.
It's just down to the Scots to do it now.
Oh dear.
Come on, Scotland. All right, Bulgaria versus Albania next up. Wow. Well, it's a Bulgaria win.
Huh?
And it's a 7-0 Bulgaria win. Ouch.
Wow.
Ouch. All right, Bulgaria looking strong at the moment. Cyprus versus Belarus now.
I'm gonna go with Belarus.
It is another Belarus win, 2-0.
Oh dear.
Not looking good for Cyprus so far. 2 losses. They're at the bottom of the table. Well, okay, Albania's at the bottom of the table, but Cyprus is second, but to the bottom. Next up is Finland versus the Czech Republic.
Don't know.
It's a Czech Republic win, 2-0.
Yeah, I think the Czechs are probably going to qualify quite comfortably here.
Yeah. Next up is Greece versus the Faroe Islands. So the Faroe Islands drop another 3 points. It's like they didn't even bother to turn up and just surrendered and quit the match at the start of the game.
Yeah, they probably did.
Like
That's what I would do.
We have video evidence. I'm about to show the video evidence of them just quitting at the start of the game. Yeah.
So how's life, Chris?
I'll start a new job in a bit.
Today as we're recording this.
Yeah, today. So we might be able to get like 2 preliminaries out the way, and then I gotta get ready and stuff and relax for a bit.
Yeah, boy.
Maybe edit this a bit, and I'm not putting Montenegro's names in front of everything in Australia because that's gonna be awful. I'm not doing that.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Well, are you saying that that my subscribers are so stupid that they don't know how to follow instructions as to call Australia
as one of your subscribers? Yes.
No, you're just a fine majority, a fine minority at this point. So that was fine.
Okay.
Anyway, next up is Hungary versus Macedonia. It's a Hungary win, 2-1.
Hungary for success, clearly.
Indeed. At the moment, we have 5 teams that have got full points so far. Next up is Norway versus Luxembourg.
Probably give this one to Norway.
Yep, both teams that have not got a single point yet, and it's a 3-1 win for Norway.
Hey.
Nicely played. Next up, it's them Scots again. They're against Slovenia, who are currently 8th, so they're not looking very good right now.
No, we'll see.
It's another 3-1 win for Scotland.
God, Scotland, they're going to do it.
Yep, Scotland currently up into 4th. Next up is Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Australia. Sorry, Montenegro. There you go.
Yes.
And it's a 4-2 win for Montenegro.
You mean Australia? Oh wait, no, sorry, Montenegro.
Yeah, I got it right this time.
Yeah.
Yay, Montenegro wins.
They're gonna qualify.
That is their first competitive victory in the Global Trophy.
Hey.
4-2 win over Bosnia-Herzegovina, who are not looking so good right now.
No, they're not.
Even though they are the highest ranked team in this, and they have lost both their starting games. One was to Scotland, and that was understandable.
Yeah. Obviously, this game's showing its age once again.
Yeah. Next up is Albania versus Cyprus. 2 teams at the bottom of the table here. Albania in 16th, Cyprus in 13th.
Mm-hmm. Can we go for a draw here?
It's a 2-1 win for Cyprus.
Oh, wow. So there you go.
Albania rooted to the bottom of the table at the moment. Next up, Bulgaria versus Belarus. Bulgaria currently top of the table after their 7-0 win over Albania, who just got beat again.
Of course.
And Belarus, who are also on... So someone's going to lose all their full points. Maybe both. Because they're both on 6 points so far.
Here we go.
It's a 2-1 win for Belarus.
Wow.
Belarus beat Bulgaria and move into first.
Good start for Belarus.
Yep. Now it's another 2 teams who have got 6 points. Greece and the Czech Republic, both 3rd and 4th respectively.
I'd say, odds on probably going to be probably going to be Czech Republic.
It's Greece.
Oh.
It's Greece. 2-1.
Oh.
Good result for Greece there. So, yep, next up is Finland versus the Faroe Islands. That's a few points in the bag for Finland. Doesn't matter at the end, because everyone's going to get 3 points, so there you go.
That's true.
Even Albania, who aren't looking so good right now.
Oh, dear.
Come on, Albania.
Albania.
Put your back into it, man. And I believe I've just got word that the game has had to have been abandoned between Finland and the Faroe Islands because the Faroe Islands were so busy celebrating their 3-0 defeat last night that they haven't made it. They didn't turn up.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame.
The visual representation of that is just simply pressing start and quitting the game. But that's really what happened, you know. I have to do it for them, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's.
You have to announce these kind of things, don't you? Really,
enforce the rules. I'm afraid.
Yeah, of course. It's
enforce the
unfortunate.
rules. Next up is Hungary versus Norway. Two teams sort of like in the higher mid-table so far.
Yep, so far looking good.
Oh, it's a draw between the two sides. Norway move up to 7th. They'd be good if they can stay there. Hungary move up to 3rd.
Hungary looking good so far.
Yeah. Macedonia versus Luxembourg next. Speaking of teams that aren't looking so good. Luxembourg currently in 14th.
Yeah.
And Macedonia in 9th. So a win for Macedonia could certainly do wonders here. And it is a win for Macedonia. They move up to 7th.
Good for them.
Which pushes Norway down into 8th. So good for them, yeah. Next is Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Slovenia.
Tough one.
Two teams in the lower mid-table. 10th for Slovenia, 13th for Bosnia-Herzegovina. And it's a win for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Finally a win.
There we go.
Yep, that moves them up to 12th. With Slovenia staying in 11th. So there you go. Next up, it's Scotland versus Montenegro.
I'd say probably the Scots are the favourites here, but they're probably going to lose to Montenegro, wink wink.
It is a 1-0 win for Montenegro, wink wink.
Ah, there you go, you see.
Scotland still in 6th, Montenegro in 7th at the moment, pushing Macedonia to 8th.
Obviously, you have to start thinking towards the end of the competition. You know, if you're going to go, if you're in the 8th, 7th, 6th kind of area, you're going to have to start going for it, and it might cause some mistakes for some of the teams.
Yeah, exactly. Next up is Albania versus the Czech Republic. So it's 15th versus 5th.
Should be a win for the team in 5th, but you never know.
It is a win for the team in 5th. Very comfortably. We have a new record. It's 9-0.
There we go.
Next up is Belarus versus the Faroe Islands. So Belarus going to get another 3 points here.
So what happened to the Faroe Islands? You know, obviously, we heard about them celebrating their win their loss a bit too hard the other time.
Oh, yeah. You'd never believe it. Traffic jam.
You're joking.
No, I'm deadly serious. Even in where's this one be? Portugal, isn't it? Portugal, because they won the last one. Even in Portugal, right? There are so many traffic jams.
Who knew?
I know, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Am I going to have to think of a different, out of character, am I going to have to think of another anecdote for each one?
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Absolutely.
I'm not doing it for the other 3, because I could probably only think of about 10 before I start repeating them.
We got this, man.
Before I start repeating them.
We got this.
Alright. Right, next up is Finland versus Bulgaria.
I'd probably say that Bulgaria are the favourites here for sure.
Well, they did win. It's a 1-0 win, but they did win. Belarus now, at the moment, the only team to have not lost a point yet.
Bulgaria doing well.
Greece can join them on that 12-point mark with a win over Cyprus, who are currently languishing in 13th. And they do win. Greece go first. Greece go top. Next up, it's Hungary versus Slovenia. Battle between 5th and 10th.
We shall see.
Hungary with a 4-0 win puts them 3rd. Next up, it's Luxembourg versus Montenegro.
I think probably the winner here is going to be Montenegro.
No, it's Australia, actually.
Oh, shit.
No, it's Montenegro. They win, represented by Australia. 6-0 win against Luxembourg, the former giants of the biz.
course.
Next up, it's Macedonia versus Scotland. It's 7th versus 8th here. This is an important match.
I'm going to go with Scotland.
It's a draw. Only the second draw in the Global Trophy preliminaries so far.
Scotland are going to do it.
Amazing scenes.
Unbelievable stuff.
Unbelievable tackers. Alright, next up is Norway versus Bosnia-Herzegovina to finish off the 4th fixture of this qualifiers, of this preliminaries.
Oh, yes. I'm excited.
And it's a win for Norway that shoves Scotland into 8th.
Imagine if Scotland qualifies and ends up getting the dub team role.
Yeah, I know. Okay, next up it's the Faroe Islands versus Albania.
So Albania with the 3 points.
Yep. And what happened to the Faroe Islands? Mafia got involved. Specifically the Albanian Mafia. Oh no, that's bad.
Who knows?
Shot!
The Albanian Mafia shot the coach of
Of the Faroe Islands. It's fine, it was only in the arm, he's okay.
He's not dead. They just have to forfeit the match.
No, well, he was actually shot in both arms, so at the moment, both of his arms are in slings. They're in slings, he's recovering, but he can't be on the sidelines anymore doing that.
Christ.
You can't do that anymore. That's why they're losing 3-0 all the time. See, Faroe Islands, we're here for you. We're making up excuses to why your team's not very good. Anyway, next up we have Czech Republic versus Belarus. So it's 2nd versus 4th. Big implications here between these two teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a win for the Czech Republic. Belarus have finally lost one.
Hurrah.
Next up is Greece versus Bulgaria. 2nd versus 5th. Greece now the only team to have not dropped a point yet. Until now, Bulgaria get the win.
Ooh, interesting.
Now the only team to have not lost a match is Hungary.
Because they are hungry for success, as we've said.
Badum-tish. Next up is Cyprus versus Finland. Two teams that are on the lower end.
I'm probably going to say the Finnish will get a win here.
They have certainly finished off Cyprus.
Oh dear.
Next up is Hungary versus Montenegro. 5th versus 6th here. Montenegro doing amazingly well. I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Montenegro.
It is a win for Montenegro, and there goes Hungary's winning run. Snapped at 4. Montenegro up to 3rd now, which is actually what their rank is in this preliminary. They're in 3rd, but Bosnia and Scotland are above them, and they are not here. Anyway, next we have Luxembourg versus Slovenia. Luxembourg currently languishing in 15th, actually below Albania.
That's embarrassing.
And Slovenia are not that much higher, 12th.
I think it'll be a Slovenian win, though.
It is a win for Slovenia, that moves them up to 11th. Next is Bosnia-Herzegovina versus the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia.
Tough one to call.
Well, it is, because it's a draw.
Ah, there you go.
There you go. Next up is Norway versus Scotland, 8th versus 9th.
Crucial game for Scotland here.
Not crucial enough, apparently. A win for Norway.
Oh dear.
Scotland still in 9th. Not that far away. They're 3 points away. So they've got ground to make up, though. As we move into fixture number 6 with Finland versus Albania. Finland currently in 10th.
Finland, if they win this, they could properly propel themselves into a competition fight.
Yep. And they have 4-0. They're in 8th now.
There you go. So they could qualify, but at the moment they won't end up in the actual running to qualify.
Yeah. Next up, it is 4th versus 5th. It's Belarus versus Greece. At the moment, at the top of the table, by the way, we have 5 teams on 12 points so far.
Wow. I'm going to say probably a Greek loss here.
It's a Greek win.
Oh, well, there you go.
Beating Belarus 2-0. So Belarus were on a good run, but now slipping a bit. Next up is Bulgaria versus the Czech Republic. Another 2 teams.
Big teams.
Yeah, 2nd versus 3rd. And it's a win for Bulgaria.
Well,
over the Czech Republic.
There you go.
So Greece and Bulgaria starting to forge ahead at the top there. Next up, it's Cyprus versus the Faroe Islands.
Tough one to call again.
No, it's not. It's Faroe Islands.
Well, no. So with the Faroe Islands, they had a good opportunity to actually win this game. However, unfortunately, due to they had a bout of flu go around in the team hotel, and unfortunately, because they had that bout of flu, they only had 6 players eligible to play, and they had to forfeit the game. So unfortunately, I feel like they could have won this one, honestly, but these things happen, right?
Yeah, and they. To be honest, fair play. The spirited 6 players actually turned up for the game, but then they were randomly eaten by the dog of Hades. Completely surprised about that.
Jesus, who knew?
I know, it's crazy. Anyway, next up, speaking of a dog eating, which means he's probably a bit hungry. It's Hungary versus Scotland next. And it's a win for Hungary. Scotland not looking good now.
No, Scotland started so well, but it's starting to slip away from them ever so slowly.
Yeah, they are slipping. Hungary currently in 3rd, looking good. Scotland, they need to claw back some points here. Next up, it's Luxembourg versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. Bosnia-Herzegovina in 13th right now. Luxembourg lower than that in 15th. They are the lowest ranked team, bar the Faroe Islands, but what a bout of bad luck they've had.
Yeah, they've been very unfortunate. Yeah, they've mostly run out of people to play, to be honest with you.
Try to employ people like, we need you for the global trophy.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, a win for Bosnia-Herzegovina, so there you go.
There you go.
Next up, it's Slovenia versus Macedonia. Macedonia currently in 9th, Slovenia in 12th. And it's actually a win for Slovenia.
Oh, there you go. Big game.
Yeah, big win for Slovenia there. Up into 9th now. Scotland moved down to 11th. They're not looking...
Oh, dear.
They're not looking the best now. Next up is Norway, who are currently 7th. They need a win here, and they're against Monteralia.
Oh, okay. Those guys again.
Yeah, it's Montenegro.
Okay.
And it's a draw between the two sides.
Oh, there you go then.
Moving Montenegro, definitely not Australia, up into 3rd.
There you go.
And Norway up, well, still in 7th actually, so they're hanging on so far. Next up is Greece, who are currently 2nd, versus Albania, who are 14th.
I'd say probably Norway are probably the favourites here.
They're not in it!
Yeah, they are.
Greece, Albania. It's Norway. It's Norway, damn it.
Still Norway. I'm gonna say Greece.
Yes, Greece did win. But it'd be great if it just turned up as Greece 0, Albania 0, Norway 2.
Yeah,
if it just glitched randomly.
It was a 3-way match.
Yeah, it's just 3-way. Oh, just think how awesome that would be, though.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Like a 3-way football match. That'd be great.
Yes.
You know, it literally just like a random kickabout in a park. That's what it'd be, but with a stadium that looks like the Tenable logo from the ITV show.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, next up is Finland versus Belarus. Finland currently in 8th, so they do need a win here. Belarus slipping down the table in 6th now.
I'm gonna say probably Belarus are probably the favourites still.
Barely. It's a 3-2 win for Belarus. Belarus move back up to 3rd, above Montenegro. Definitely not Australia.
Well, there you go.
Next up, the Faroe Islands are going up against Bulgaria.
I'm hearing they just played really badly. They lost 3-0.
Yeah, fair enough. I saw that as well. Yeah. Great result for Bulgaria. They held it well at the back. You know, they pushed forward when they needed to. And today's referee, Mr. Jay Braun, did amazingly well.
It's true.
You know, Jay Braun, by far, best referee of the tournament so far.
I completely agree. It was a well-managed game.
And Faroe Islands did well against Bulgaria to only lose by 3. I think they can go away happy with this one. Without getting shot by the mafia or eaten by Cerberus. So, you know, yeah. But maybe in the second... So we're coming close to the second half of this. So maybe they'll... maybe they'll get some better runs. Next up, it's Cyprus versus the Czech Republic. Czech Republic currently lying in 6th right now. They're not anymore. It's another record set by the Czech Republic. It's 11-0.
Fair play to Czech Republic.
Cyprus slipping.
Oh, yes.
Next up is Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Hungary.
I want to say Hungary win here.
It is a 4-0 win for Hungary. Next up, it is Scotland. They need to win this. They do need to win this. A win puts them 8th, 1 point behind Norway. They need to win this in 7th. They've got Luxembourg, who are currently bottom. And it is a 3-0 win for Scotland.
Good on Scotland.
So Scotland up into 8th. A point behind Norway, but Norway have got a game in hand. Next up is Macedonia versus Montenegro Alia.
It's gonna be Montenegro that wins this.
It is a 4-1 victory for Montreal.
It's Canada. What?
Canada's in this. What? No. Yeah, a win for Montenegro. I can't believe I was about to say Montreal. What the hell? A victory for Montreal. Okay, fair enough. Next up is Norway versus Slovenia. A win for Slovenia here would really help Scotland. Kind of.
It would.
A draw would be better, though.
Yep.
But it's a 3-2 win for Norway. Scotland 4 points behind 7th.
It's not over yet.
Yep. Next up is Albania versus Hungary. Hungary currently 4th. Albania much lower than 4th.
Yes.
And it is a 4-0 win for Hungary, who moved top of the table.
I think I've got a feeling that Hungary could end up winning this group, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Next up, it's Belarus versus Luxembourg. Luxembourg way lower than 6th, and Belarus, who are 6th.
Who knows?
Well, Belarus know. A 2-0 victory for them.
There you go. Very easy indeed.
Next up, it's Bulgaria versus the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia.
Bulgarian win for me.
It is a 3-0 win, and Bulgaria go top by 2 points.
Good on them.
Next up, Norway versus Cyprus.
Norwegian win.
It is 2-0. They move above Montenegro, definitely, and the Czech Republic into 5th.
There you go. Very nice.
Czech Republic versus Slovenia next. Slovenia currently in 10th. Not out of it yet.
But they need to win here, really. So they need to stop them from getting too far ahead.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen. A win for Czech Republic moves them into 3rd and moves Norway back to 6th.
Interesting.
Next up, it's the Faroe Islands versus Montenegro. So I actually heard about this one. Is that wild animals with this one. You know, wild animals. There was some snakes and spiders, and some wallabies even, which is shocking for Montenegro. You wouldn't expect that. You know?
They're not native, are they? That's
Exactly,
for sure.
They're not native to Montenegro, but apparently they were there. It's like also they were suffering from jet lag because of how far it was away.
Who knows?
It was insane. It was very insane moment. But anyway, they couldn't make it. I think one of them wasn't poisoned, and 3 of them also had jet lag that were poisoned by these snakes and spiders native to Montenegro randomly. They lost 3-0.
I'm looking forward to when the actual tournament's being held in. Obviously, the finals are being held in Portugal, as we know.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Ronaldo has turned up every single time.
Ronaldo.
It's Rui Costa.
Manuel Rui Costa, what a guy.
Rui Costa. Mourinho's turned up and parked the bus on them.
Who knew?
We're gonna have so much fun with that. Shame Faroe Islands ain't gonna make it though.
Yep.
But a team will take their place handily. Anyway, next up, Scotland versus Finland.
Scottish win here is pretty much essential for those guys.
Scotland 10th, Scotland in 8th, Finland in 9th. Essential to both teams, actually. There's a 7-point difference between Norway and Scotland, but Scotland do have a game in hand. So do Finland. And it's a 1-0 win for Finland. I think...
not good.
Scotland's 7 behind Norway now. Finland only 5 behind.
They need a big swing, but I don't think they've played Faroe Islands, have they?
No. We can't wait till we get to that.
Yes.
So, next up, Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Greece. Greece currently in 5th here.
I'm probably going to say for the Greeks to win this one.
Yeah, they're not in 5th anymore. They're in 2nd, joint 1st actually, with Bulgaria. Only one goal separates the two teams as we move into fixture 9.
So we're over halfway now.
Yep, next up is Albania versus Luxembourg. The two lowest teams here. Luxembourg have not got a win yet. Albania have got one because they fought the Faroe Islands before. See how well they do. It's a 2-1 win for Albania. Luxembourg are crap.
Yeah.
On an honest note.
Yeah.
That's all we need to say, really, isn't it? Right, next up it's Belarus versus Hungary. Belarus currently in 6th, Hungary in 4th.
Good stuff, good stuff.
1 point between the two sides, and it's a draw. There's still only 1 point between the two sides. Next up, Norway versus Bulgaria. Norway currently in 7th, Bulgaria in 1st. 4 points separate the two sides. And it's a win for Norway.
Huge win for Norway.
Who beat Bulgaria. Now Czech Republic's at the...
at risk.
At risk now. Alongside Belarus and Montenegro.
You mean Australia?
No, I definitely mean Montenegro.
Okay.
Still can't believe, though, they've got, native point venomous spiders and snakes.
It's very, very strange indeed.
Anyway, just seems like the travel board from Montenegro turns up and goes, we don't have those! This just becomes like a full-blown, like, horrible, bloody PC social justice warrior bollocks. I don't know. Anyway, Cyprus versus Macedonia next. Let's get back on topic. 11th versus 13th, only 2 points between the two.
Let's see.
It's a win for Macedonia, who move up into 9th, pushing Scotland down into 10th.
Shocking.
Yep. Next up is the Czech Republic, currently ranked number 7 in this, versus Montenegro, who definitely have venomous spiders and snakes there.
I agree.
It's a draw between the two, pushing Belarus now into 7th. Next up, it's Faroe Islands versus Slovenia. So what actually happened here is I'll tell you what happened here. What happened here is they just didn't turn up for the match.
Legends.
I mean, they didn't turn up for the match, so it had to be a forfeit 3-0 victory for Slovenia because the Faroe Islands went to the wrong country. They went to Slovakia instead.
Makes sense.
They went to the wrong country. I mean, it's fine and everything because there's only like 2 letters between the two, and the flags look very similar.
Yeah, you can get them confused very easily.
Exactly.
I personally have done it a lot of times, so yeah, I can understand and I can relate to what they've done.
Yes,
so.
They just didn't turn up, and the bastards at the Global Trophy, the board, said that we can't be bothered to postpone your match. Like, I've seen Scotland fight in thunder and hail before.
Yep.
They actually won that match 5-0. It seemed to work for them.
That's me.
Anyway, so, Faroe Islands with another defeat.
They've had a really poor run, haven't they?
I know. It's a really bad run. It's Lemony Snickets all over again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Next is Finland, who are, still in contention. They could close the gap here on Belarus and the Czech Republic with a win over Bosnia-Herzegovina, who are currently in 12th. But it's a win for Bosnia-Herzegovina.
There you go.
And Scotland have got Greece. It's actually a draw! Wow!
Huge result for Scotland.
Huge result for Scotland there. And
key that they didn't lose any more points.
Yeah, Scotland back to... Well, now it's 8 points. They're 8 points behind Belarus and Czech Republic, who are in 7th and 6th. But they're... Even though Finland beat them, they're now only 1 point behind Finland.
Good for those guys.
Next up is Macedonia, who are currently in 11th. Joint 10th, actually, with Scotland versus Albania, who are just above Luxembourg because Luxembourg are playing awfully.
They've been dreadful.
It's a 5-1 win for Macedonia. No one's surprised.
Luxembourg just need to deactivate, don't they, really?
Delete this club.
Delete club.
Delete this club.
Delete club.
Norway versus Belarus is next up. Belarus currently lying in 7th place. Norway in 5th. Norway have had a pretty good resurgence recently.
They really have. They've done a really good job in this competition, and they might end up sneaking into this bracket at the end.
Well, they're now first.
Wow.
A 2-0 win against Belarus. Norway on 23 points. But there are 5 teams that have got
game
a game in hand. So yeah, next up is but two of them are going against each other. Bulgaria, number 3, and Hungary, number 4. That sounds like a really good menu, that does, doesn't it?
They've both got similar flags as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they do. Similar colours.
Same colours, yeah.
Almost a similar football team as well. A 3-2 win for Bulgaria.
Good for them.
Pushes Hungary down now. Next up is Luxembourg versus Cyprus. Oh, the other side. There you go. 13th for Cyprus. 15th for Luxembourg. Luxembourg get a draw! My God! A point! A point! A point! The Berg! The Berg! The Berg has got a point!
Mate, I'm shook. I am shook right now.
Luxembourg! Doesn't
Jesus
work as well as
Christ.
Portugal, does it? Doesn't work as well as Portugal. Alright, so Luxembourg get a point. Fair play to them.
Crazy stuff.
That's all I do is when England scored a goal in the World Cup, and then, you know, so like people like Gary Lineker and everyone just going nuts. To them actually just doing the, like the post-review of the match.
Yeah.
And then
Losing
next,
their heads.
pretty much, yeah, with clear heads and no, yeah! And hugging and all that mushy shit. Anyway, next up is Czech Republic versus Scotland.
I'm gonna say Czech Republic win here.
It's another draw.
That's good. That's pretty good for Scotland.
Scotland back into 10th with 12 points. They're behind Belarus by 7. With 5 games to go. It's possible.
It is possible for sure.
But it's looking a bit bad now. Next up, it's Faroe Islands. I wonder what they're going to have this time. Versus Bosnia-Herzegovina. Good luck, Sam.
I am hearing on you know, that unfortunately the Faroe Islands, their coach driver was actually attacked, and unfortunately he rolled the coach and they just couldn't come to the stadium today. So unfortunately they had to forfeit the game.
Oh, the coach drivers. God,
It's just it was such a it was, you know, a rotten bit of luck. You know, you couldn't believe it. You know, the poor guy was just driving up to, you know, to collect them from the hotel, and yeah, that's it.
Do you know what, they don't like many of these, you know, a lot of these European countries do not like anyone from the Faroe Islands if their job title includes the word coach in it. Because first of all, the coach in Albania, their actual manager in Albania, you know, happened, and now, coach driver roles.
Yeah, coach driver as well.
Jeez,
It's such a shame.
I've just got a word. Dead.
Oh, you're joking me.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tragic.
I know. Rest in peace, Aknum Kamen. Wait, that's Egypt again. Never mind. All right.
Either way,
Name throws me
rest
off.
in peace.
Do you think like people are gonna put in the comments just sort of pay your respect, put F in the chat, boys, for Pharaoh.
F in the chat for
F in the chat for Pharaoh.
Yep.
Yeah. Next up is Slovenia versus Finland.
Probably going to be a Finnish win here.
It is a Finnish win. They move into 8th with a win, 15 points, 4 behind Belarus. So Belarus, you need to start getting a move on now. You need to pull ahead. Next up is Greece versus definitely Montenegro.
Who knows?
Greece, no. A victory for Greece puts them back into 1st.
There you go.
There you go. So
Big win.
Greece currently in 1st as we get to fixture 11. Greece are in 1st, Bulgaria 2nd, Norway are 3rd. And then it's 3 points between them and the next 3 who have all got 20 points. Czech Republic, Hungary, and Australia. Belarus are in 7th at the moment. Finland are 8th, Macedonia 9th, Bosnia-Herzegovina 10th, Scotland are 11th, and Slovenia are 12th.
It's bubbling up quite nicely.
Yeah. Next up, it's Albania versus Norway. Should be an extra 3 points.
Norway, one of the top teams at the moment.
And it's a 3-1 win for Norway. Norway go back to 1st.
Good on Norway.
Next up is Macedonia versus Belarus. This is very important. It's 9th versus 7th. This is a very important match for both teams. And it's a win for Macedonia. Belarus are crumbling right now.
Well,
crumbling.
there you go. Belarus, it's such a shame.
Next up is Bulgaria versus... Oh, we know who's going to win. It's Bulgaria.
Who's it against?
Luxembourg.
Did Luxembourg win?
Nope, they lost 4-1. They lost 4-1. Alright, next up is Cyprus versus... Oh, we know who's going to win. No, we don't. It's a draw between Cyprus and Hungary.
There you go.
There you go. So Hungary currently in 4th right now. Cyprus pulling away from Albania. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
We'll see. We'll see.
Bosnia-Herzegovina next versus the Czech Republic. Or what do they call themselves now? Czechia? Czechia. Cha-cha-cha.
Is this?
Czech Republic. They won anyway. 9-1.
Wow.
For the Czech Republic against a team who are 10th. Good performance.
That's impressive.
Oh, God. Okay, the Faroe Islands.
Yep.
For this one. I'll tell you what happened. They got drunk.
You're joking.
No, they got they were hanging. Seriously hanging. It was a ploy by the opposing fans, the Scottish fans. Also, because of it's coming home. Just being in the exact same vicinity as a Scotsman means that you get such a big headache because you're dehydrated because of all the sodium that's in the air.
Crazy.
And that's exactly what happened. Just none of them could make it. They couldn't even kick the ball for kickoff, and the referee just went, "I'm throwing this match out." It's a 3-0 win.
There's no point, lads. There's no point.
So it's a 3-0 win for Scotland. Obviously, the Scots known for holding their drink a lot better than the Faroe Islands, because the Faroe Islands, I don't know much about them. So there we go. But a win for Scotland, regardless, now puts them only 4 behind Belarus.
This is insane.
Belarus's bad run of form have put Scotland right back in it. Next up,
Scotland could sneak in here.
Yeah. Next up is Finland versus Australia, Montenegro, and that's a draw as well.
Wow.
Montenegro falling.
Well, maybe Montenegro won't sneak in after all.
You never know. They're currently in 6th. They're 2 points above Belarus at the moment, so they're not safe. But then again, if that's the case, Hungary's not safe either. They're on the same points.
Well.
Next up, it's Greece versus Slovenia. And it's a 3-0 win for Greece. That's for certain. Greece, I'm fairly certain, are going to be going through alongside Bulgaria and Norway. But when it comes to any of the other teams, it's free pickings here.
It really is.
We go to fixture 12. It's Slovenia and Albania. No one cares, but Slovenia won.
There you go.
Actually, we kind of care about Slovenia. They still got a chance. Albania don't, though.
They're on the they're sneaking in, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of, this is probably the most important match so far. It's 6th versus 7th. Australia versus Belarus. Sorry, Montenegro versus Belarus. And it's a win for Montenegro. Belarus lose another.
Dear, oh dear, dear.
They're in trouble now. Montenegro looking stronger again. That's good. Scotland versus... Oh, they got Bulgaria. Okay, never mind. It's a draw again for Scotland! Scotland They're keeping it up here.
They need to keep winning. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a draw for Scotland. 3-3 against the former second ranked 2 team.
There you go.
I think that's a good result.
I'd say so.
Next up is Cyprus versus Bosnia-Herzegovina, which is a win for Bosnia-Herzegovina. Very well played for them. They are only 3 points behind Belarus. It's very close.
It is very close.
In that 7th spot. Next up is Hungary versus the Czech Republic. 5th versus 6th here. Both teams need a win to try and pull clear of Belarus.
Both teams need to not lose.
It's a 2-1 win for Czech Republic.
Wow.
Czech Republic up into 3rd. Next up is Luxembourg versus the Faroe Islands. Sam?
Now I'm hearing they went to Liechtenstein. Much like, earlier with Slovakia and Slovenia, they went to the wrong country. I can't believe it. Did it again?
Oh God!
Obviously, with their coach driver getting killed, obviously, it was tragic for it to happen. But sadly, due to they obviously lost their coach, who was a really expert driver. Obviously, getting Slovakia and Slovenia mixed up is one thing, but Liechtenstein and
that's
Luxembourg.
everybody. That would be everybody that could do that.
I know, and he went the wrong way, and that's it. He's done.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. So yes, sadly, Mr. J. Braun again, the referee.
Oh, maybe it's him. Maybe he's the conspirator. You know?
J. Braun, Mr. Braun, the referee.
Mr. Braun is a conspirator against...
Of all teams, you could have chose Bulgaria, Greece, Czech Republic, Norway, Australia, Montenegro, Hungary, even Scotland. And you decide to pick the Faroe Islands, who probably wouldn't have made it anyway, honestly. Bloody Braun, we thought you were a good referee!
Hey, look, just saying.
Yeah. it's just gossip at the moment, though, but it might be true.
It might be true. Who knows?
We'll see it in next week's Heat magazine, I'm guessing. So that's fine.
Edgy.
Dirty. Alright, so next is Finland versus Macedonia. Finland currently in 10th here, Macedonia in 8th, so both teams have a chance here to overthrow Belarus. With a win. Finland and Macedonia, and it's a win for Macedonia. They pushed Belarus out of the top 7.
Impressive from Macedonia. They might sneak in after everything. Considering their team isn't that strong as well, they've done really well.
Yeah, they've pushed through. Next up, it is Norway versus Greece.
This is for the championship, pretty much. These two.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Greece at the moment have their hands on it. They just need to keep it up the momentum with a 5-2 win against Norway. Yeah, that's That's
Greece.
Pretty good.
Greece from out of nowhere.
Yeah, Greece just pulling ahead now, 3 points ahead of Bulgaria with only 3 games left. Next up, it's Montenegro versus Albania to kick off group fixture number 13.
Getting very close to the end now.
Yep, and it's a 5-0 win for Montenegro. They are nearly safe.
Montenegro looking very likely to qualify, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about.
Yep. Oh, by the way, Greece have automatically qualified now.
Excellent. So Greece are in.
Greece are in. Slovenia next up.
They've got no bloody money, but they're in.
They're in. Well, we'll give them a penny, maybe 2. To be honest, I'm skint as well. So Greece, give me money.
If they win a game, if they get some money, they get paid for this.
No. I'll send it to them in, shillings.
We don't have shillings anymore, Chris.
Exactly.
Oh.
Right. Slovenia versus Belarus are next up.
Probably going to be a Belarus win.
Belarus, they do need it. It's a win for what is going on with Belarus. It's a 2-1 win for Slovenia.
Belarus have properly capitulated, haven't they?
Yeah, they have crashed massively. I think that's 4 or 5 or maybe even 6 games without a win.
In fact, losses in a row.
Yeah. Next up is Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Bulgaria. A win for Bulgaria will make them, they'll qualify with a win. They have qualified. A 2-0 victory against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Next up, Scotland versus Cyprus. Scotland need a win here.
Scotland need to win this in order to go through.
It's a 4-0 win for Scotland. They are moving on forward.
Will it be enough?
1 point behind Macedonia, but Macedonia do have a game in hand. And with 2 games left for Scotland.
Who's the Macedonia game in hand against? That's the question.
Yeah, we'll find out later. First up, it's the Czech Republic versus Luxembourg here. It's a 4-0 win for Luxembourg. Hungary are next up against the Faroe Islands. Now, what happened here, from what I've heard, is because they sacked one coach driver and the other coach driver died, their local coach company is no longer giving them any more coaches.
So they just can't travel to any more games. So they actually have to forfeit the rest of the competition.
No. Just for this one, they've been able to sort out with the recent, newly acquired in the Faroe Islands Uber taxi firm to ferry them 4x4 to the game. But sadly, they can only have this new Uber policy in the Faroe Islands means that they can only have one taxi going at a time.
Ah, I see.
So they have to turn up a few days before the game. But yeah, that's what's happened. Damn those bloody Faroe Islands coach companies.
They've been so unlucky. They've been so unlucky.
Bloody awful.
Another 3-0 loss for the Faroe Islands there.
Yeah, I think they're out at this point.
0 points.
In fact, from what I've heard, they've actually just given up and gone home.
Okay, so they're not going to play anymore.
They're not even bothering with the last 2 matches. They've just given up and gone home.
Oh, so they're out. That's a shame for Faroe Islands. They've played well in some games, but in the one game that they played, they were unlucky.
Yeah, yes, indeed they were. And we will miss them. We will miss them in this tournament. And best of luck for next year, I think, for the Faroe Islands.
Yeah,
They'll
we'll see you
have a
next
much
year.
better performance. Just make sure that your actual team gets higher up in the FIFA rankings. Right. Finland versus Norway next. Finland.
Scandinavian battle.
Yep, Finland currently in 11th right now.
Norway could win this whole thing.
Yeah, Finland in 11th with 4 points behind Macedonia. Norway 6 ahead of Macedonia and only 5 off Greece. And it's a draw.
Doesn't really help Finland. It helps Norway somewhat.
Well, this is going to help Greece because Greece have got Macedonia, and if they win against Macedonia, they'll be 3 points clear with 2 games to go. And Macedonia would have lost again, and then Scotland would come in, and Belarus could still have a chance alongside Slovenia and Finland, even Bosnia.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's a win for Macedonia against Greece.
A huge result.
Yes, Macedonia pull 4 points clear of Scotland.
So that's 7th place is looking pretty good for those guys right
but
now.
Scotland have fought right back with a 1-0 win over Albania. But still, it's a win nonetheless for Scotland. They are 1 point behind Macedonia again.
Who's in 8th? Is it currently Scotland?
Yes.
Wow. So Scotland need to win. If Macedonia and Scotland are still to play, that'd be a huge game.
That would be a big match, that would be, yes. Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Belarus next. 2 teams that, again, well, actually, no, Bosnia and Herzegovina are out, which is a bit of a shame. But Belarus are still in. They need to win, though. At the least they can draw. They've lost. Belarus out.
Oh dear.
And what's that? 7 losses in a row for Belarus.
They were in a solid position, Belarus, and they've really bottled this.
Yep, they are. They're out.
They're in free fall.
Yep. Next up is Slovenia versus Bulgaria. Slovenia need to win to keep their hopes alive. Bulgaria,
Pretty much through.
who are already through, it's a win for Bulgaria. Slovenia are also out.
It's a shame for Slovenia, so it's pretty much Scotland now who can only disrupt what's going on.
And Finland, but it's a very slight chance of Finland. They're 6 behind.
Yeah,
with
they
2
need to
games
have
left, so-
a big goal difference swing as well, I imagine.
Yeah. No, there's only 1 goal difference between the 2.
All right.
Macedonia have not been winning their games very convincingly. Next up, it's Cyprus versus Montenegro. It's a 3-0 win for Montenegro. Puts them up to 3rd.
And Montenegro have qualified, so we will see Montenegro. I mean, Australia. I mean, Montenegro.
Definitely Montenegro. They're through.
It will.
Yes. The rest of the teams could still be in trouble here. It's Macedonia. They're against the Czech Republic next. A win for Macedonia, and they've qualified.
Yeah.
It's a win for Czech Republic. This has changed everything.
Oh, it's not over yet. It is not over yet.
While Norway have just qualified because they have just beaten the Faroe Islands, who have gone home.
As we've already said, they have left.
They've just buggered off. They've gone home. They're sick and tired of it. They're sick and tired of everyone else in Europe, doing whatever they can. They've been shot. Some of their players have been eaten. Their coach has rolled, and their coach driver has died. Their actual manager has been shot. They have inhaled Scots.
It's a real shame.
They didn't know where Luxembourg was.
Or Slovakia.
Or Slovakia. They were jet lagged.
Yeah, I don't know why they were jet lagged. I mean, there's no reason to be, but
I mean, yeah, it's just been a really bad tournament for them. Do you know? I think I actually agree with you now that it's not the actual tournament that people want to see for this. I think it's us now. Now I understand. This is yay. These are real events that have definitely happened. Right. Finland versus Hungary now. Finland are already out, I believe. No, they are actually still in because Macedonia lost.
Yes, they are, so they can still qualify.
But they need to beat Hungary.
Not an easy task.
It's a draw. Finland are out.
Oh, dear.
Hungary are not safe either.
Ooh.
Hungary are on 25 points. Scotland are on 22 points. Macedonia on 23. 2 of those 3 go through.
Not over yet, then.
But Norway, Montenegro, Greece, Czech Republic, and Bulgaria are through.
Definitely Montenegro.
Yep. First up is Greece versus Luxembourg. 7-0 win for Greece. No surprise there. No one is shocked. Bosnia-Herzegovina versus Albania. No one really cares about this one. But it's a 1-0 win for Bosnia-Herzegovina. They're up to 9th.
Good for those guys.
Scotland have got Belarus.
Belarus have been on a horrendous run. Scotland
Yeah.
have been on a good run.
It's a draw would be good, but then they'd need Macedonia to lose.
Yeah.
A win would be better. A loss, Scotland's gone. And Macedonia and Hungary have qualified. It's a 3-2 win for Scotland!
Well.
They have made it up into 7th. Macedonia now need to win.
Who do they play? That's the question.
Well, we'll find out later. I think we might get the end of... Oh, God, you don't think it's...
Could it be Hungary?
No, you don't think it's the Faroe Islands, do you?
Oh, maybe.
Oh,
maybe.
no. Alright, Bulgaria... Okay, let's go to the rest of them first. I think it is. Bulgaria versus Montenegro next. Bulgaria, they win here, and they top the group. It's a win for Montenegro, which means that the Czech Republic and Greece will be fighting it out for the top spot.
There you go.
Slovenia versus Cyprus. No one cares. It's a 3-0 win for Slovenia. Czech Republic versus Norway.
To win the group.
To possibly have a chance of winning the group for Czech Republic, it's a 2-1 win for the Czech Republic. Greece need to win. Yeah, oh, that is such a shame for Scotland.
Robbed. For sure.
Rob! Damn it, Faroe Islands, you took it back. I don't believe that. Do you know what? I was rooting for Scotland.
It means they qualify A. That's such a shame.
Well, there's only one other thing that could happen. I think that Greece has got Hungary. Hungary are 4. I think that they've got like a 5-goal difference higher.
Scotland. So unless Greece smash the hell out of Hungary,
Scotland's going to qualify in 8th and be the dud team.
oh, that's a
Yes.
shame.
Which would be a shame for the Scots, because you know what, they've had their ups and their downs of Scotland, but
They drew too many games, I think, ultimately,
yeah,
didn't they?
I think so. And, one win would have done it. But yes, there you go. Macedonia through.
But our final game,
Oh no, they got Luxembourg versus Finland. No one cares about that. It's a draw. Luxembourg got another draw. Luxembourg got another draw. I didn't believe it. All right, it comes down to this. It's gonna be very, very unlikely for this to happen.
it could happen.
But Hungary need to lose by 6 to Greece
In order for Scotland to not be the dud team.
in order for Scotland to qualify and not be the dud team. Greece, they tried, but they could only win 3-1. Hungary are through just barely. Greece top the group.
Well done to Greece. They really showed good form, and obviously, I think they have won. They've done quite well in the past. So fair play to Greece. They've done what they need to do, and they've qualified quite emphatically.
Yes. So from bottom to top, in 16th place is in 15th place is Luxembourg with 5 points. So they actually drew 2 games.
Good on them.
14th is...
I think one of them was against Cyprus, wasn't it? So
Yeah, I think so. And one of them was one of their more recent ones, I think, against Albania. Pretty decent for them. Well played.
Yep.
Not good at all, actually. What am I talking about? 14th place with 6 points is Albania. Only 1 point ahead. 13th place with 8 points is Cyprus.
they got a couple wins in there, I think, didn't they? So
Yeah. One of them, so did Albania, actually. Both of them actually got a win which wasn't the Faroe Islands. So there you go.
yeah, so good for those guys.
Then it's a big jump to 12th. Who shockingly is Belarus.
They was started so strong, and they just did so little.
Yeah. 6 wins, 1 draw, 8 defeats. 19 points. They finished 12th. Shocking. Shocking from Belarus, if I do say so myself.
They started so well, and it just all went wrong for
Yep.
them. So
11th place with 19 points is Finland,
it's all right.
who actually only let in 15 goals in 15 games.
Fair play to them.
Good result for their keeper, you could say.
Yep.
10th is Slovenia with 21.
Yeah, Slovenia are a decent enough side.
9th with 22, and the the top team that will not be qualifying for the Global Trophy European Qualifiers is Bosnia-Herzegovina.
Yeah, they didn't really do that well in the end, did they, Bosnia?
Well, they only scored 16 goals.
In 15 games.
Yeah, that's not the best. And three
of those were against the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, so really they only scored what? In 14 games, they scored 13.
That's poor.
That is poor. 8th place, qualifying, but being the dud team, it's Scotland.
Dear me.
With 25.
A shame. It was unlucky, but they just couldn't quite... They just drew too many games.
Yeah, they drew 4, but they drew a lot on the bounce, I remember, so...
Yes.
Yeah. 7th, barely going through by the skin of their teeth, is Hungary on 25 points. There was only a 3-goal difference that has put Hungary through and not to be the dud team.
Very fortunate, but Hungary have just done enough. I think they'll have to do a bit better than that if they want to actually progress in the Global Trophy, but we'll have to see.
Yep. 6th place with 26 points. Bit of a shock, I'd say. Macedonia.
They played really well towards the end, didn't they? They ground out the results where they needed to, and they've qualified well.
Yeah. In 5th place, a team that, on 30 points, a team that for a lot of that was in that sort of 7th and 8th mark, but was able to pull ahead at the end. It's Norway.
They did really well, Norway. They just ground out the results they needed to do, and they've done well in the past in Europe in the European section. I believe they've actually did they win it one year?
I think Norway have got a top 8 finish in the actual Global Trophy finals once.
Yeah, so they're no slouches in Norway. Yeah. So they might end up doing pretty well in the Global Trophy itself. So who knows? It's nice to see that Norway actually made it in.
Yep. In 4th place with 33 points, the debuting Australia in Europe. Montenegro.
It'll be interesting to see how they get on in the Big Boy Trophy.
Indeed, because the Big Boy Trophy is Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, there are more winners from Europe than there are anywhere else in the Global Trophy.
Well, it's interesting to see how they will get on, because obviously, at the end of the day, Australia has always been in either Asia or the Oceania trophy. And obviously they've always won. But
here, they lost 2 games. They lost 2 games here.
It'll be interesting to see how they will fare, and will they be able to qualify in the European section?
Yeah. There you go. Double duty for Australia, because I think we know that unless something goes terribly wrong, they will be at the Global Trophy finals, regardless.
Yes.
In 3rd place, with 34 points, Bulgaria.
They did well, didn't they? A bit of a slow start, but they pulled it back.
Yep, definitely. In 2nd place with 35 is the Czech Republic.
Good side, and deservedly getting into the finals.
They actually have the best goal difference out of all teams. 7 goals against, 52 goals scored.
Incredible.
That's at least 3.5 goals a game.
That is impressive. Seriously impressive.
But they did miss out by 2 points to the winners of the group. In first, with 37 points, the 2004 European champions, Greece.
Greece?
Greece? Greece?
Greasy boys. That's spelled incorrectly. Yeah, Greece.
Close enough.
Greece, they've...
Also, by the way, sorry, a little message to YouTube. Yeah, don't strike me. Right, moving on. They will.
Greece, I know, they will, because that's just what YouTube does. Greece are a decent side, and they perform well in. I think they perform well in previous global trophies. So I'm excited to see how they get on.
Yeah, so Greece with all the momentum here, as in about a month's time, we move in to the qualifiers for Europe. But next week, we have some more qualifiers. And we'll be seeing Australia. No, we won't, because Australia actually have already qualified. Damn. Okay.
Exactly. They automatically qualify for Asia, so Australia...
We will be seeing...
Actual Australia.
Yes, but we'll be seeing amazing teams from Asia and Oceania, like Chinese Taipei, Yemen, Hong Kong, Maldives, Kuwait, Vanuatu, Fiji, Nepal, Indonesia, and new side, New Caledonia being represented by Mauritius. But New Caledonia!
Yeah!
So, yeah, that is the first preliminaries for the Global Trophy. The European preliminaries for the Global Trophy 2019. I've been Masterath.
I've been Sam64.
And press F in the chats, folks, for that poor Faroe Islands coach driver.
He was a good man. He was a good man.
We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.